There we are. This is Blake. There's Sam.
I need the water.
Carolyn.
Everybody stay right here.
Watch the coffee.
Coffee. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's important. There's Crystal and Jessica.
Alligators.
Hello.
Who are you? What?
You're a metaphor for drug use in the city.
It's like flavored air. There's no tobacco in there.
No, there's. I didn't taste any tobacco.
So, coffee, right?
Oh, that's your coffee.
This is what it looks like, green.
Nice.
And then you apply heat to it for a while stirring it with a spoon, and it gets hot. And there are a couple of different stages that you go through. The first, there are two what they call cracks. That's it'll actually make a crackling noise. It'll sound kind of like popcorn popping or something like that. The first crack is actually an exothermic reaction,
which is
it gives off heat. Exothermic, yeah. And it's actually a chemical reaction that happens. The second crack is actually the cellular structure of the coffee expanding to the point that it actually breaks itself, makes another softer crack. So the trick here is don't burn it by increasing its temperature too quickly, and don't bake it by increasing its temperature too slowly.
And that's a standard heat gun. You can get it like Office Depot or whatever.
At Home Depot for like $20. You know, just a standard heat gun. There you go. For melting paint, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Nothing complicated.
Or like shrink wrapping packages or whatever.
This is a bamboo wooden spoon that I got in a pack of 5 at the dollar store.
So what you're saying is it's highly specialized in very rare materials.
Right.
It's impossible to do this at home.
I don't even remember what this is from. It's just a piece of scrap, whatever. This is a towel for insulation as well as to grip this thing with something that won't burn your fingers off. And then here is the broken pot that this nests inside of very nicely, as you can see. Ta-da!
What's this for?
This, when you have smoking hot beans, you just pop them in here, close it up a little bit so that the walls are vertical, turn on your fan, and then you get a little bit of various Venturi effects going on. Air getting pulled through, blah blah blah. And they cool off. Very simple. This is what you would insert in the bottom of a pot to steam vegetables. Like you'd have just like that much water in the bottom of your pot, and then you put this over it and stick a bunch of vegetables on top, and then steam vegetables.
Gotcha.
Kind of doing the opposite. I'm cooling off really hot stuff instead of making cool stuff really hot. So, yeah. Yay. So, where's
I'm right here.
So you can go first. So the other thing is, since this isn't a machine, it's all you eyeballing it, and so generally you're going to want to have the tip of this at about the level of the bowl.
Okay.
For the most part. And then when you stir, you don't want to be all trying to stir it really fast, because eventually the beans get a lot lighter. They lose a lot of water, and if you stir too fast, they'll start to fly out of the bowl. So it's really just about having a nice, even, you're trying to stir it up evenly to make sure that everything gets heated up as evenly as possible.
Okay, so am I stirring it while I still have it on? Okay.
Have this on and you're stirring.
Okay.
And eventually it starts to get really hot. These are going to get up to above 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
And if you don't have your angles right, you're going to blow a bunch of hot air up onto your hands, and it can get really uncomfortable after you. So, there you go. So stir for a second just to kind of get a feel for it. But you want to like get all the way down to the bottom and like really mix them up. And like a little bit faster, like you don't want the top ones on top to get scorched. You want them to get rotated on. There you go. Now just try to keep the tip of that at the level of the bowl.
Oh, this is totally like hybrids, man. It's a hybrid. One hand is doing one action while another hand is doing another action.
Yeah, there's actually 2 points at which that does it. Once you get past the first crack, it's technically roasted, but that stuff's pretty bright and acidic. I like to take it kind of up close to second crack, but not quite. But again, that depends on your bean. Is it on?
It's making noise.
It's very cold outside.
It might take a while for it to warm up.
They're gonna poop!
A little faster, a little more vigorously.
Okay.
Get into it, Tom.
A touch slower. There you go.
Did they do this in Eat, Pray, Love? The movie?
I don't
They
know.
talk about food a lot.
Blah, blah, blah food. Blah, blah coffee. That should be the television series.
Thanks for doing this, Sam. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah food.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm just surprised it's the first time this has happened, because usually I talk about it, people are kind of like, oh yeah, very cool.
So is this something like, when did you start this? How did it come about? Like, you just happened upon reading?
My older brother got remarried. His father-in-law was
Oh, I can smell it.
using
Oh my god, it smells so
now
good.
the smell is shifting.
Oh my god.
Now it's changing. There are going to be a lot of different smells that you're going to get. You're going to have like the smell of rising bread, sorts of seedy stuff, and then eventually it starts to smell like coffee. Sometimes it's even from like fucking giant cat. But my, yeah, so some kind of interesting bonding sort of thing.
Oh my god, it smells so fucking good.
Like, okay, this is coffee, or cream and sugar, we had grounded it, and that was that. And then we started messing around and it's just fun.
Oh, it smells like chocolate.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my god, it smells so
There we go.
good.
Yeah, that's perfect. A little lower. Alright, they can hit it.
Do the I'm cold dance.
I can't smell it yet.
You can't smell that?
I'm eating a toffee now.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to listen.
You probably know it by touch at this point, huh?
Well, really, I go more by smell than by anything else. Smell and time.
It's not really getting rid of all the little, the paper.
Well, that'll happen eventually. It's just taking longer. Here, let me stir.
It's probably because it's so cold out.
Yeah. Oh, it's starting to smell good.
So I guess keep it in.
What are we making, coffee here?
Right about here.
Yeah.
Coffee. Ooh, coffee.
Oh, you're focusing.
But it smells like cocoa.
Just taking a little bit longer than usual. So I guess keep it a little bit lower right there. And just go ahead and let it touch the edge so you can keep it in the same place.
Oh, I just saw one fly.
Yeah, they're starting to fly off. So what you're seeing fly off is, it's kind of like the parchment on a peanut.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll hang on to the bean pretty tightly until it heats up enough to separate and get lighter and curl off and then roll away.
That's why you do it outside.
That's part of it. The other part of it is that the smoke that comes off of it can be pretty oily.
Oh.
Is it just me or is it changing color?
Yeah, it's changing color. It seems like
Now it's starting to work. That'll keep going.
it's cool because the part that your phone is shining on may look orange and the other part looks green.
Yeah.
But I found that I much prefer dry process coffee.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Wet process.
Is it the reflected light from the,
Whoa, whoa!
What happened?
Someone got off the bench and
Oh.
the weight was not even.
Nice.
I know how to fix this.
Add Carolyn.
Sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Where's the fan come in?
Oh, it's to cool off the beans afterwards.
When they're done.
Oh yeah, they're like a nice tan brown now. Look at that.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my god, it smells so good.
So now it's kind of oatmeal.
Have you guys like had a chance to smell this? It smells so amazing.
It smells kind of like grain right now.
Grain?
Yeah, kind of grainy. It's probably shifting into the rising bread smell in a little bit here.
Grainy.
That's what I was looking for. Barley. That's
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
It smells like chocolatey, grainy popcorn.
grainy popcorn.
Yeah.
Caramel.
No.
No caramel. What's a little skimmer on you? That's so weird. Yeah, they are like peanuts.
Yeah, like Spanish peanuts.
Oh, like West Coast, so you have the coffee cherries that grow on a bush, right? The cherries will ripen and the individual ripens, they ripen individuals. So you have to have people go out there every day, picking the right ones, every day until they're all gone. Very labor maybe.
Yeah, we take those videos
And then
so that it looks like he's turning tables.
What process they tend to go straight from there.
Hey Sam,
Yeah,
how's it looking?
it's looking good. It's going to be a little while before we get first crack, and you'll probably.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation. I was starting to get worried.
It's starting to smell like coffee now, so first crack will be coming up in another minute or two.
Well, does it
Anybody
make
else want to
a,
have a turn at stirring?
does it make
Yeah,
a
does
noticeable?
somebody else want to try?
Sure. Oh, go ahead,
No,
Carol.
you first.
No,
Go, go.
I'm on camera duty. I'm good.
So it's very important to keep stirring.
All right. Anyone who wants to do this, just grab it from me whenever you're ready.
So just like grab one thing, start going, and then grab the other thing.
Oh wow, you can like hear it popping.
Yep. So, because right now we're hitting first crack, you're probably going to want to have the level of it right about so. Stir. Keep on.
Yes! We're gonna drink the coffee that we burnt.
Oh, it probably won't be burnt.
I'm really excited by this.
Oh,
I just meant like, you know,
I brought my hand grinder and my French press.
Before I could remember his name, he was an amazing coffee guy.
no, share the
No
one.
dairy.
In Indonesia. That is
Well,
awesome.
this is actually a Java Kopi Sunda. The particular coffee we serve.
I lived in Indonesia last year, and I saw a lot.
Oh, that was really
Where did you stay?
I lived in Jakarta for 4 months, and I lived in Bali. And I traveled through Southeast Asia.
I've always wanted to visit. Crystal's family is from Indonesia. She's Dutch Indonesian.
Yeah, but I've never been.
No?
For just one second.
We contacted our family back in like the 60s or 70s. So it's all up right now.
There's going to be a
little higher?
Peace conference, and it's going to happen on Bali. Yeah, that's the island of God.
so anyway.
Sumatra, actually.
Out of, well, Indonesia is beautiful. I mean, before the Dutch colonized in
Anyway,
1640, basically.
Yep.
Me and John and Adam went out with them, and we went to South
Islam
Dakota.
moved in a little
Krakatoa.
bit before that.
No, it was the volcano
So,
Krakatoa erupted,
Yeah.
and the Dutch were basically
First
just
crack is finishing
idiots
up right now.
in dealing with the aftermath of it, and Islam kind of moved in to
There were phases of it.
yeah.
It moved into Malaysia,
Yeah.
into the Philippines,
And
into Thailand.
Yeah.
thousands of that community center.
The largest Buddhist temple in
That was the
the
second
world,
crack.
Borobudur, is in Java.
It doesn't always happen in
Bali, out of there's 17,500 islands in Indonesia. Bali is the
that
exception.
and this
The only one in the island. And it has maintained its liberty forever. And there is such thing as a Bali Buddha, and there was Hinduism and Buddhism and Taoism
there for? Really? That's really cool. Oh no, that looks like coffee beans. That is beautiful.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Dry process is where you actually let them sit out in the sun. So actually pull back from dry.
Yeah.
Any advice for some folks who might visit someday? Any advice for some folks who might visit someday?
I'll be there.
Yeah. That looks like coffee beans now. I'm sorry, you were saying?
I said I'll be there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is second crack right here.
That sounds good.
Hear that? Hear that? Okay, so get up. About time.
I'm sorry.
I want to be in stories.
Actual real stories.
Keep going. I'm waiting for it to slow down a little bit.
Yeah. I could
Okay,
tell
now
you.
it's time. Go ahead and turn it
I
off.
could tell you part of the story you told that fits into my story.
I'm excited about this process.
And then hold on to that because that tip is really hot. The hit it,
It will melt shit if you let it come into contact. Also scorch flesh really nicely.
yes, it will.
Personal experience?
Yes, sadly.
I don't think I've heard that story.
Well, it's not terribly exciting. I was shrink wrapping a lot of boxes, and then I had a nice O-shaped scar on my arm for about 6 months. Yeah.
Did you get branded?
Yeah. Yeah, I worked for my mom at her, she had a paper company in Moore Park, and I did a lot of the,
this fan is
just,
on
like,
high.
manual labor for her.
And it's like, it's blowing all that
Yeah,
cold air
it's still
through it,
there.
and they're still pretty warm.
She does. I'm not involved with it at all, but she does printing there, yeah.
Did she ever do flower papers? Have you seen that?
I don't know what that is, no. What is it?
It's paper that has wildflowers in it, and I need some stuff to bring in.
The other fun thing that's going
I can
on
put
here
you in
is
touch
now
with
that they've been roasted, they're actually going to be outgassing carbon dioxide.
Oh,
And
sweet,
they'll
let's
be doing
inhale.
that for the next couple of days. What?
I said, oh, sweet, let's inhale.
Yes. They'll actually be outgassing carbon dioxide for the next 2 to 3 days. And
Indian style.
so like for example, normally with completely settled coffee, you have like a French press brewing time of about 8 minutes. Whereas,
Look at all the bugs.
well, they're fine. There's not that.
Oh, I don't.
They don't really have any effect on the flavor at all. Honestly,
Oh, the
parchment bits don't really affect the flavor.
are those insects or?
What? No, that's just bits of parchment.
Oh, okay.
There's no insect. There's no bugs in there.
Don't they look like bugs?
He had me convinced that they were insects.
I'd be very impressed if insects managed to live in there, like after being exposed to
Yeah,
freezing heat. If they can live through that, they can be there.
Yeah, really.
They've earned the right to your coffee.
You have earned it. So yeah, like a perfectly settled coffee, brew time of 3 minutes.
Yeah?
But right now, it's more like 4.5 to 5 minutes because of all the CO2 that's being outgassed.
Huh.
If you took that and tossed it in a mason jar and let it sit for like 3 days, it might actually explode depending on.
Wow. So when do we drink it?
Pretty soon. Once they get down, once they've like chilled out enough, I usually leave it like this because of like I can't remember if it's. I think it's a Venturi effect. I can't remember. But you have air moving faster on the outside, and then it'll actually create a low pressure, relative low pressure, and it'll pull air through here. So if you stick your finger in there, even though there's
Oh yeah, I can feel it.
even though there's this in the way, it still pulls quite a bit of air through, more than you'd expect.
It's actually surprisingly warm right up here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had 400-degree beans sitting there. So for example, if you're going to be making an espresso, well, the espresso machines are calibrated in such a way that you are working with some coffee. So you would actually, if you wanted to make espresso, you'd have to wait 3 days, or at least 24 hours, probably 2 days. Depends on how much carbon dioxide is in there.
Isn't it true the longer you roast it the less ever had Peabody coffee? It's a green bean. They just take it just flat roasted, and it's like crack.
I must try
It
this.
is. It's the first time I had it was in Kona, and that's what they were. It was one of their specialties. I never realized. I always thought, oh, the darker the coffee, the stronger it's
Well,
gonna be.
the thing about the roasting has more of an effect on flavor.